The lights at the Palm Springs Film Festival Awards Gala had barely settled when one presence instantly shifted the energy of the room. In a matter of seconds, cameras turned, whispers spread, and one name dominated the night once again: Kylie Jenner. This was not just a red carpet appearance. This was a statement. Stay with this story until the very end, because what happened inside the gala revealed far more than glamour. Drop your thoughts in the comments and engage, because this moment is already reshaping the celebrity conversation worldwide. Kylie Jenner arrived at the Palm Springs Film Festival Awards Gala exuding confidence and control. Dressed in a strikingly elegant black gown, she balanced timeless glamour with modern boldness. The silhouette hugged perfectly, the details understated yet powerful. Her sleek hairstyle and refined makeup completed a look that radiated intention. Every step she took sent a clear message: she was there with purpose, standing firmly in support of Timothée Chalamet on one of the most important nights of his awards season journey. The Palm Springs Film Festival Awards Gala is no ordinary event. It is widely regarded as a critical indicator of momentum heading into the peak of Hollywood's awards season. When Kylie Jenner appeared alongside Timothée Chalamet, media attention intensified instantly. International outlets shifted their focus, photographers fought for angles, and social media lit up with speculation. Her presence alone elevated the moment into headline-making territory. Timothée Chalamet, whose performance had earned growing critical acclaim, was already one of the most talked-about figures of the evening. As applause echoed through the room for his achievements, cameras repeatedly cut to Kylie. She watched attentively, composed yet visibly proud. A subtle smile, a calm posture, and steady eye contact spoke volumes. In Hollywood, moments like these are rarely accidental. According to sources close to the event, Kylie Jenner deliberately cleared her schedule to attend the gala. In an industry where appearances are strategic, her decision carried weight. She did not offer interviews. She did not make grand gestures. Instead, she let her presence speak. That quiet support became louder than any public statement, reinforcing the narrative that this night was about Timothee's success and her unwavering support. As the evening progressed, the atmosphere grew increasingly charged. Guests seemed aware that every interaction between Kylie and Timothee was being watched, analyzed, and recorded. Broadcast cameras lingered longer. Social media users dissected body language in real time. The tension wasn't dramatic, it was magnetic. Viewers at home and online waited for something, anything, that might define the night, yet Kylie Jenner remained measured. She didn't command attention through excess. Instead, her restraint became the focal point. Fashion critics quickly labeled her look as one of the most memorable of the gala, praising its sophistication and symbolic strength. It wasn't just a fashion moment, it was a calculated blend of elegance, loyalty, and public perception. Then came the defining moment. As Timothée Chalamet took the stage to accept his honor, the room fell silent. The lighting softened. The music faded. His speech was concise, thoughtful, and deeply personal. And in one brief but unmistakable moment, his gaze shifted toward Kylie. No names were spoken, yet the message was clear. The connection was undeniable, and the audience felt it. That single glance became the emotional climax of the night. Within minutes, clips circulated across platforms. Headlines formed. Fans reacted instantly. Many described it as one of the most powerful unspoken moments of the awards season so far. It wasn't rehearsed. It wasn't forced. It was real, and that authenticity resonated. Public reaction surged. Online discussions exploded, framing Kylie Jenner's appearance as one of her most refined and meaningful public showings to date. Commentators noted how seamlessly she blended into the Hollywood awards landscape, not as a distraction, but as a steady presence beside one of its most respected young actors. For many observers, the night marked a turning point in how their relationship is perceived. As the gala drew to a close, Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet exited quietly. No dramatic finale. No staged moments. Just composure and confidence. And that was the payoff. The absence of spectacle became the strongest statement of all. What lingered was an image of unity, maturity, and mutual respect. The Palm Springs Film Festival Awards Gala will be remembered not only for celebrating cinematic excellence, but for a moment that captured attention without demanding it. Kylie Jenner's glamorous yet restrained appearance redefined support in the public eye, reinforcing her influence beyond fashion and business, and firmly placing her within a pivotal Hollywood narrative. If you believe Kylie Jenner's presence that night carried deeper meaning or marked a shift in public perception, share your thoughts below. Stay connected, follow the story, and don't miss what happens next, because one night in Palm Springs has set the stage for much more to come. Inside the venue, the atmosphere after Timothée Chalamet's acceptance speech felt different. Conversations resumed, but at a lower volume, as if guests were still processing what they had just witnessed. Industry insiders exchanged knowing glances. In Hollywood, moments like these are quietly catalogued, remembered, and later referenced as turning points. Kylie Jenner's presence was no longer just a talking point. It had become part of the narrative surrounding Timothee's ascent during this awards season. Observers noted how effortlessly Kylie navigated the room. She interacted politely with producers, directors, and fellow actors, blending into the elite circle without appearing out of place or overly performative. This subtle integration into the film industry's inner ecosystem did not go unnoticed. Several attendees later described her demeanor as composed, respectful, and strikingly intentional. It was clear that this was not an impulsive appearance, but a carefully considered one. Media analysts were quick to highlight how Kylie Jenner's appearance at the Palm Springs Film Festival Awards Gala differed from her previous public outings. There was a notable shift in tone, less spectacle, more substance. Her styling reflected restraint. Her interactions suggested confidence without dominance. For many, this marked a new chapter in how she positions herself within Hollywood's cultural landscape. As the night unfolded, conversations online grew more intense. Search trends spiked for Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet within minutes of the ceremony broadcast. Fans replayed footage frame by frame, dissecting expressions, posture, and timing. Entertainment journalists rushed to contextualize the moment, emphasizing how rare it is for such a powerful impression to be made without a single direct statement. Behind the scenes, sources indicated that Kylie Jenner had been deeply aware of the significance of the evening for Timothee. The Palm Springs Film Festival Awards Gala is often viewed as a strategic milestone, signaling which performances are likely to dominate the awards circuit. By choosing to attend this specific event, Kylie aligned herself with a pivotal moment in his professional trajectory. What stood out most was the contrast between the public's hunger for dramatic confirmation and the couple's refusal to provide it. There were no post-photo ops designed to go viral. No carefully timed gestures for maximum impact. Instead, there was consistency, presence, and restraint. In an era driven by oversharing, this approach felt almost disruptive. Industry veterans remarked that this type of understated support often carries more weight than overt displays. It suggests stability, seriousness, and mutual respect, qualities that resonate deeply in professional circles. For Timothée Chalamet, whose career is built on artistic credibility, this alignment appeared seamless rather than distracting. As the gala transitioned into its closing moments, Kylie remained largely in the background, allowing the focus to stay where it belonged. Yet paradoxically, that choice amplified her impact. Her absence from the spotlight became the spotlight. Photographers continued to track her movements, and reporters noted how effortlessly she commanded attention without seeking it. Following the event, headlines across international media reflected a consistent theme. Kylie Jenner had not overshadowed the awards, she had enhanced the story. Many articles described her appearance as quietly powerful and strategically elegant, reinforcing the idea that her role that night extended beyond fashion or celebrity status. Commentary also emerged about how this moment might influence future public appearances. Analysts speculated that this could signal a more selective, narrative-driven approach to Kylie's involvement in high-profile events. Rather than attending for visibility alone, she appeared to be choosing moments with emotional and professional significance. For fans, the gala offered something rare: authenticity without explanation. The emotional clarity of Timothee's acceptance moment, paired with Kylie's steady presence, created a sense of intimacy that felt unscripted. That authenticity became the emotional anchor of the story, fueling engagement long after the event concluded. As coverage continued to evolve, attention turned to what this moment could mean moving forward. Would Kylie Jenner appear at more industry-centric events? Would her presence continue to align with major milestones in Timothée Chalamet's career? While no answers were given, the Palm Springs Film Festival Awards Gala had already set a precedent. What remains undeniable is that the night delivered a lasting impression. It was not driven by controversy, nor by spectacle, but by timing, intention, and emotional clarity. In a single evening, Kylie Jenner reinforced her influence not by dominating the narrative, but by understanding it. The Palm Springs Film Festival Awards Gala will be remembered as more than a celebration of cinema. It will stand as a moment where glamour met purpose, and where support was expressed without words. As awards season continues to unfold, this night will likely be referenced again and again, not for what was said, but for what was unmistakably felt. And as the conversation continues to ripple across media platforms and fan communities, one thing is clear: this was not just an appearance. It was a message. A carefully delivered signal that resonated far beyond the walls of the gala, leaving audiences watching closely for what comes next. In the days following the Palm Springs Film Festival Awards Gala, the ripple effects only grew stronger. Entertainment desks worldwide continued to unpack the significance of the evening, placing Kylie Jenner's appearance within a broader cultural and industry context. What initially seemed like a simple show of support began to be framed as a calculated, meaningful move that aligned personal loyalty with professional timing. Award season strategists were among the first to weigh in. Palm Springs has long been known as a soft launchpad for Oscar momentum, a place where narratives are quietly shaped before the intensity of larger ceremonies takes over. Kylie Jenner's decision to attend this specific gala, rather than a flashier or more commercial event, subtly positioned her within that ecosystem. It suggested awareness, not just of celebrity optics, but of film industry rhythms. Meanwhile, fashion media continued to spotlight her look, but with a different lens. Rather than focusing solely on brands or styling details, commentary emphasized symbolism. The restrained color palette, the classic silhouette, and the absence of excessive accessories were interpreted as intentional choices that mirrored the tone of the evening. Kylie Jenner was not competing with the moment, she was complementing it. Timothée Chalamet's post-gala press coverage also reflected this shift. Interviews centered heavily on his performance and career trajectory, yet nearly all major outlets referenced the gala night as a milestone. Kylie's presence was often mentioned not as a distraction, but as part of the atmosphere that underscored his growing stature in Hollywood. The narrative remained cohesive, controlled, and notably respectful. Behind closed doors, industry conversations reportedly echoed similar sentiments. Executives and insiders recognized the value of a partner who understands when to be visible and when to step back. In an industry where image management is constant, that balance is rare. Kylie Jenner's approach that night reinforced the perception of maturity and strategic awareness, qualities increasingly associated with longevity rather than fleeting fame. Online engagement continued at a remarkable pace. Fan edits, slow-motion clips, and commentary threads dominated timelines for days. Yet what stood out was the tone of the discussion. Instead of controversy or division, the dominant reaction was admiration. Many viewers described the moment as reassuring, even grounding, in contrast to the often chaotic nature of celebrity news. As awards season progressed, comparisons inevitably surfaced. Analysts drew contrasts between highly publicized, attention-driven appearances by other celebrity couples and the understated presence Kylie and Timothee maintained. The Palm Springs appearance became a reference point, a benchmark for how support can be expressed without overt spectacle. This moment also subtly shifted Kylie Jenner's public narrative. Long associated with reality television and entrepreneurial success, she was now being discussed in film-centric spaces with increasing seriousness. Not as an interloper, but as a figure who understood the gravity of the environment she was entering. That recalibration of perception did not happen overnight, but the gala undeniably accelerated it. Timothée Chalamet, for his part, remained focused on his work. Yet the stability implied by that night added a new layer to his public image. In an industry that often scrutinizes personal lives for signs of instability, the quiet consistency on display worked in his favor. The absence of drama became an asset. As the narrative matured, journalists began framing the Palm Springs Film Festival Awards Gala as a symbolic crossroads. It marked a convergence of personal support, professional recognition, and public perception. Kylie Jenner's presence functioned as connective tissue between those elements, uniting them into a single, compelling story. Even weeks later, references to the gala continued to surface in award season coverage. Commentators recalled it as an early indicator, not just of Timothee's momentum, but of the tone his campaign would carry. Serious, focused, and grounded. Kylie's role in that story remained subtle, yet inseparable from the overall impression. What made the moment endure was its emotional clarity. There was no confusion about intent, no need for clarification. Viewers understood instinctively what was being communicated. Support. Pride. Alignment. In a media landscape saturated with noise, that clarity cut through effortlessly. As future events loom on the awards calendar, anticipation continues to build. Will Kylie Jenner appear again at key milestones? Will the same restrained elegance define those moments as well? The Palm Springs Gala has set expectations, not for spectacle, but for intention. Ultimately, the story of that night is not about a single outfit, a single glance, or a single appearance. It is about timing, awareness, and emotional intelligence in the public eye. Kylie Jenner's glamorous yet controlled presence at the Palm Springs Film Festival Awards Gala transformed a supportive gesture into a lasting narrative, and as audiences remain tuned in, one conclusion becomes increasingly difficult to ignore. Some moments don't need to be loud to be powerful. Some statements don't require words. And some nights, like this one in Palm Springs, quietly redefine how influence, support, and presence are understood in modern Hollywood. As the awards season calendar moved forward, the Palm Springs Film Festival Awards Gala continued to echo in subtle but persistent ways. Industry writers revisited the night not because of controversy, but because of its composure. In a landscape where celebrity moments are often engineered for virality, the restraint shown that evening stood out as an anomaly, and anomalies tend to linger. Public relations experts began pointing to the gala as an example of narrative discipline. Kylie Jenner's appearance was not followed by press releases, social media captions, or behind-the-scenes content. That silence became part of the strategy, whether intentional or instinctive. By allowing the moment to exist without amplification, it gained a sense of authenticity that no campaign could replicate. Timothée Chalamet's continued presence on the awards circuit only reinforced this perception. Each subsequent appearance carried an air of focus and seriousness, qualities already associated with his career but now framed within a broader context of stability. The Palm Springs Gala was increasingly referenced as the night that crystallized that image for the season. Cultural commentators noted how audience reactions had shifted. Instead of demanding confirmation or spectacle, viewers seemed satisfied with implication. The unspoken nature of the support resonated across demographics, suggesting a growing appetite for subtlety in celebrity storytelling. In many ways, the moment reflected a changing media climate, one where restraint can be as compelling as revelation. Fashion retrospectives of the event continued to circulate, often revisiting Kylie Jenner's look as a case study in intentional minimalism. Stylists praised the balance between presence and respect for the occasion. The absence of overt branding, loud silhouettes, or trend-chasing elements allowed the focus to remain on the event itself, reinforcing the idea that her appearance was aligned with purpose rather than promotion. Within Hollywood circles, the conversation took on a more professional tone. Executives and creatives reportedly viewed the night as evidence that Kylie Jenner understood the boundaries of the film world she was stepping into. That understanding, insiders suggested, earned her quiet respect. In an industry protective of its spaces, such awareness carries significant weight. Meanwhile, fan communities continued to revisit the moment with emotional investment. Discussions evolved from speculation to reflection, with many highlighting how rare it felt to witness a celebrity moment that relied on presence rather than performance. The simplicity of the support became its defining feature, transforming a single night into an enduring reference point. As weeks passed, the Palm Springs Film Festival Awards Gala was no longer treated as an isolated event. It became part of a larger narrative arc, one that blended personal connection with professional recognition. Kylie Jenner's role within that arc remained understated, yet unmistakable, reinforcing the idea that influence does not always announce itself. Media coverage gradually shifted from analysis to acknowledgement. The tone softened. The headlines became less speculative and more reflective. The story was no longer about what might happen next, but about what had already been communicated without words. Looking back, the power of the moment lay in its clarity. There was no contradiction between image and intent, no excess to distract from meaning. The gala offered a rare alignment of glamour, respect, and emotional intelligence, qualities that are often difficult to sustain under public scrutiny. As anticipation builds for the remaining awards ceremonies, the memory of that night in Palm Springs continues to inform expectations. Whether or not Kylie Jenner appears again alongside Timothée Chalamet, the precedent has been set. Support, when delivered with intention and restraint, can shape narratives more effectively than any headline-grabbing gesture. In the end, the lasting impact of the Palm Springs Film Festival Awards Gala is not measured by clicks or trends, but by its endurance in conversation. It remains a quiet marker in a loud season, a reminder that sometimes the most powerful moments in Hollywood are the ones that refuse to shout, and as the industry moves forward, one truth becomes increasingly evident. That night was not about stealing focus or creating spectacle. It was about understanding the moment, honoring it, and allowing it to speak for itself. In doing so, Kylie Jenner left an impression that continues to resonate, proving that presence, when paired with purpose, can become its own form of legacy. Long after the final headlines were published, the Palm Springs Film Festival Awards Gala remained a quiet reference point in conversations about image, timing, and influence. What made the night enduring was not a viral clip or a controversial quote, but a sense that something had subtly shifted. In an industry often defined by excess, the restraint on display became the story itself. Entertainment historians often note that awards seasons are shaped not only by wins and losses, but by moments of alignment. The gala represented such an alignment, between personal support and professional recognition. Kylie Jenner's presence did not alter the focus of the event, it reinforced it. By choosing to stand beside Timothée Chalamet during a moment of artistic validation, she inserted herself into a narrative of achievement rather than distraction. As retrospectives emerged, journalists began contextualizing the evening within the broader arc of celebrity evolution. Kylie Jenner, long associated with digital-era fame and entrepreneurial dominance, appeared increasingly comfortable navigating legacy Hollywood spaces. The Palm Springs Gala was frequently cited as evidence of that adaptability. It suggested not reinvention, but expansion, an understanding that influence can travel across worlds when guided by awareness. For Timothée Chalamet, the night continued to serve as an emotional footnote to a highly competitive season. While awards campaigns are often meticulously managed, the authenticity of that moment resisted packaging. It was not something that could be replicated or extended. Its power lay in its singularity, a brief convergence of support, recognition, and shared understanding. Audience perception followed a similar trajectory. Initial fascination evolved into appreciation. Viewers no longer asked what the moment meant, they accepted what it conveyed. That shift marked the transition from speculation to resonance, a rare outcome in celebrity coverage. Industry insiders later suggested that such moments influence casting conversations, brand alignments, and long-term positioning more than publicized gestures ever could. Quiet stability, when observed by the right people, becomes a form of currency. The Palm Springs Film Festival Awards Gala quietly minted that currency. As the cultural conversation moved on to newer events, the memory of that night did not fade, it settled. It became part of the season's emotional texture, referenced indirectly whenever discussions turned to authenticity, support, or narrative control. The absence of follow-up statements only strengthened its impact, allowing interpretation to remain organic. In hindsight, the gala demonstrated how modern celebrity storytelling is evolving. Audiences are increasingly attuned to nuance. They recognize intention even when it is understated. Kylie Jenner's glamorous yet measured appearance met that moment with precision, delivering a message that required no amplification, and so, the story of that night remains intact, not as a spectacle, but as a study in presence. A reminder that in Hollywood, the loudest statements are not always the ones that endure. Sometimes, a single evening of composure, alignment, and quiet confidence is enough to leave a lasting mark. As conversations around the gala gradually blended into the broader awards season discourse, the Palm Springs Film Festival Awards Gala retained a distinct identity of its own. It was no longer referenced simply as another stop on the circuit, but as a moment where tone, intention, and visibility aligned with unusual precision. For many observers, it became a case study in how modern celebrity presence can evolve without spectacle. What continued to intrigue analysts was how little needed to be done for the moment to resonate. Kylie Jenner did not post a single recap. There were no coordinated press drops, no fashion breakdowns released by official channels, no post-event narratives pushed into the media cycle. And yet, the story persisted. In an ecosystem driven by constant reinforcement, the absence of follow-up became its own form of emphasis. This restraint invited a different kind of engagement. Instead of reacting impulsively, audiences reflected. Commentators revisited the gala days later, then weeks later, often in the context of broader discussions about celebrity maturity and strategic visibility. The moment became shorthand for a new approach, one where influence is exercised through understanding rather than assertion. The Palm Springs Film Festival Awards Gala itself benefited from this lingering attention. Coverage of the event extended beyond its usual lifespan, with renewed focus on its role as a cultural barometer rather than a red carpet showcase. Kylie Jenner's appearance, closely tied to Timothée Chalamet's recognition, reinforced the gala's reputation as a space where meaningful narratives quietly take shape. As Timothee continued to navigate interviews, screenings, and industry gatherings, the composure associated with that night seemed to follow him. Journalists noted a consistent calmness, an absence of defensiveness or over-explanation. The gala had framed him not just as a rising talent, but as an artist supported by stability, an image that plays powerfully in award season psychology. Observers also pointed out how the moment subtly challenged assumptions about celebrity hierarchy. Rather than dominating the narrative, Kylie Jenner allowed it to exist without centering herself. That choice disrupted expectations and, in doing so, reshaped them. The public conversation shifted from questioning her presence to acknowledging its appropriateness. In the weeks that followed, similar events were inevitably compared to Palm Springs. Each appearance by high-profile couples was measured against the restraint and clarity displayed that night. Few achieved the same balance. The comparison only reinforced how singular the moment had been. Cultural critics began framing the gala as emblematic of a transitional phase in celebrity culture, one where audiences reward emotional intelligence over performative intimacy. Kylie Jenner's role in that shift was neither overt nor declarative, but her presence became part of the evidence supporting that interpretation. As time passed, the memory of the night gained a sense of permanence. It no longer required active discussion to remain relevant. It lived quietly within the season's collective memory, resurfacing whenever conversations turned to authenticity, support, or narrative discipline. Looking forward, the Palm Springs Film Festival Awards Gala stands as a reminder that not every defining moment announces itself. Some arrive softly, make their impression, and linger long after attention has moved elsewhere. Kylie Jenner's glamorous yet measured support of Timothée Chalamet exemplified that truth, leaving behind a narrative shaped not by volume, but by intention. And in an industry perpetually searching for the next moment, that quiet confidence may ultimately prove to be the most enduring statement of all.